Hey guys, it's me, and I want to talk a little bit more about meltdowns. I want to talk about my experiences with meltdowns. I've told you guys in my first video that I ever posted how I handle my meltdowns. And see, like, you can see my meatball. My teeth are getting damaged because I bite on pencils all the time when I'm mad. I get meltdowns for a lot of reasons. The number one reason that I have issues with holding down jobs. I have horrible anxiety, a little bit of depression. I get frustrated easy. When I get frustrated, I stim. I get meltdown, and what I like to call the hallmark symptom of Asperger syndrome. You can't control your emotions. For me, what causes my meltdowns? Stress. Whenever someone says something to me that's unkind or does anything to me that's unkind, I definitely either happen when I'm tired. I mean, that's just some of the main causes of them. Whenever my other painful conditions flare up, I do have some really incredibly painful conditions. Not life-threatening, but they're just very painful to deal with. I have fibromyalgia. I also mentioned in one of my other videos that I suffered from endometriosis. I had to have that taken care of, and colds hit me. PMS. I still get hormone cycles, like fluctuations, even though I don't have my uterus anymore, because I still have one ovary left. Everything else is gone. Another thing that gets me in meltdown mode is when technology decides it's going to act up. I'm really obsessed with my technology, and I'm not happy unless I have Wi-Fi around me. I love watching YouTube videos, and I gotta get on Facebook. And when does a meltdown usually start for me? I've noticed, like, over the years with me and meltdowns, it's usually like a combination of dealing things and just all of a sudden all gets to me after having a bad day. Been a bunch of little things that have frustrated me after a day or so, and then something else comes along to frustrate me. Then it's like it all adds up, and that's when I get a meltdown. It's not just actually one specific thing that can cause a meltdown. What I mentioned, things are going to cause anybody meltdowns. But a lot of times my meltdowns are not explainable, and it's really hard to describe what I'm feeling because a lot of times people don't understand it. So I just have to deny it and just let people look at me or say something to me like, Lauren, I don't know why you're crying. You're crying for no reason. A lot of times it's because I don't want to explain it, because I've been told multiple times that is a stupid reason to cry. And with me and meltdown, I tend to get judged. I've been told that I was too big to react like that. I'm in meltdown mode. A lot of times I get comments said to me like, how would you like to be like thus and such that is like ate up with cancer or whatever? Well, the way I look at it is, it's kind of hard to feel sorry for someone if their life is okay other than the fact that they've got something medically wrong with them besides Asperger's. People that don't have Asperger's don't understand how it feels like it, and it's easy to look at someone with Asperger's like myself when you're having a bad day or having a meltdown and just be like, well, she's just being mean. She needs to learn how to control that. Or why can't you be like this? Or how would you like to be like someone that's got this? Well, it turns about like if you're trying to make someone reason when they're having a meltdown, it only makes me feel worse about myself. And guys, I'm not trying to condone my family. I know it looks like I'm condoning my family, but what I'm trying to do is explain how I feel with meltdowns and what causes me meltdown, in hopes of maybe helping someone else to understand meltdowns better, and to help other people with Asperger's syndrome to understand how I handle meltdowns, and to help them to understand that everyone handles meltdowns differently, and no one aspie is better than the other for having meltdowns, how they handle them, or not having them at all, in my opinion. I honestly think that I have been doing better with meltdowns in a way, even though I still have the hormone surges. And they're very frustrating. But sometimes it helps to take an extra dose of medicine if you need it. But for me, what I've noticed over the years is with my meltdowns is that if I can learn to identify what causes them, and the best way for me that I've noticed with handling meltdowns is to try to avoid a situation that I know that is going to cause them as much as possible, and try to redirect myself to something that I'm going to enjoy and it's going to relax my mind and my body. If I feel like something is coming on, I can't really hold down a job right now because I have the meltdowns. I would like to have this little YouTube business of just helping other people with Asperger's syndrome. Things that I thought I would regret and I was told that I would regret for, surprisingly, are not my meltdown. I've been told that I would regret the way I acted at times, like for having a meltdown in specific situations. But actually, I've learned to accept that it's okay to have a meltdown. And I'm not saying it's right, but I've learned that it's part of the autism spectrum, and that because there's only so much you can do to control Asperger's if you have it. And I know what I can handle and what I can't handle. Meltdowns, I can handle them to a certain degree, but the rest of it, I cannot handle them very much. It's not really the most pleasant thing to do to try to control a meltdown. About meltdowns, the one thing I've learned about whether you're going to regret something or not, if it's a choice that you made out of impulse and literally chose to make that choice and you're not upset versus you are upset. The one thing I can control when I'm upset is if I say something negative to someone else, or if I might have actually made a bad choice that could have actually led to the meltdown. Then I know that I've actually done something wrong. It means if I actually chose to do it and knew it was wrong but got caught. But that would be a reason for something to regret causing a meltdown over. I could go on and on about my meltdowns and why I have them and why I don't have them. It's really hard for a neurotypical person to see eye to eye all the time on the autistic brain. And as much as I try to get people to understand how the autistic brain works, it just is not going to work very long. And people are going to think what they want to think. And that's what really sucks. And that right there can make meltdowns worse. One way I like to deal with my autistic meltdowns is to exercise, because I'm a big exercise enthusiast. And as a matter of fact, I would like to teach yoga too. I love yoga. Some of the other things that cause me meltdowns are when I feel pressured to do something, and when someone else is reacting stressful, is pushing me because they feel stressed about getting something done, then that makes me push back, and I don't want to do it because I know that I'm not going to make the person happy. That's just some of the basic things right there about me and the meltdowns. It could go like a long way. There's multiple things that cause my meltdowns, but these are just the main ones. It may seem like I'm talking bad about some people, but honestly, I'm not. I don't mean to sound it that way. If I am talking bad, I just want people to understand how I feel when I experience meltdowns. They're not pleasant, really. And it's just such a sad reality that people, when they have meltdowns, when they're on the autism spectrum, that normal people would perceive them as being mean and inappreciative. When a normal person that's stuck up, that doesn't have Asperger's or autism, would act mean, they wouldn't necessarily be perceived as mean. Alright guys, that's just what I have to say for right now, and I'm gonna get off of here. And I will talk about more when more comes on my mind. Thank you. Bye.